Yo, what's up, Cancer? Welcome to monthly forecast for the month of April 2018. Cancer, a lot of important astrology happening again this month. We've got Mercury, which is going direct mid-month, and then we've got Chiron, which is changing signs, and that doesn't happen very often. So it's going to be in the next sector of the sky until April 14th, 2027. After it changed signs, it's going to retrograde and go forward and backward. And I'll explain more about that before it goes into the next sector of the sky. I'll explain that later in the forecast. And we also have Saturn, which is going to be going retrograde on April 17th. And we have Pluto, which is going to be going retrograde on April 22nd. So a lot of change of direction this month. And the sun is going to be in an area for you, Cancer, that has to do with your career throughout the month of April 2018. So this is going to be really busy. Get ready to put your professional hat on. There's going to be more conversations with your bosses, your coworkers, your clients, and especially authority figures will prominently figure into your life throughout the first 3 weeks of April. And the sun's going to shift on April 19th, so you get to have a little bit of a break there. So on April 19th, the sun's going to move into an area it's more sociable. It's more about going out and having fun and being with your friends. And maybe you're going to be on social media more than you usually are. It's about an area that has to do with technology too. But those are the main themes for you, Cancer, for the month of April 2018. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological influences that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on April 2nd, Mars will align with Saturn. So, Mars and Saturn aligning in the same part of the sky. And for you, this has to do with your relationship situation, Cancer. For those of you who are coupled up, this is sort of like a stop-go type of energy happening with your relationship. So some of you, Cancers, if you want to push ahead in your relationship, if you are happy with who you're with and you want to push ahead with this person, potentially you're going to feel like Mars pushing ahead, but then you're going to feel Saturn, which is sort of restricting. So they're very contradicting energies happening there in your relationship. Now, for others of you, this might be more like if you're coupled up and you're really not that happy, this might be you like wanting to push ahead as when I say that, it's like, well, maybe you just want to like move on, but you feel restricted for some reason by the relationship that you're in potentially. Now, for those of you that are single, potentially there is somebody who does want to forge ahead with you when it comes to being in a relationship, but potentially this person might feel restricted for some reason. So, maybe somebody has a limiting circumstance around them, or maybe they feel that you're in some sort of restricted situation potentially, and they want to push ahead with you. Mars is saying that they want to forge ahead with you, but Saturn's showing there is some sort of restriction there. Now Saturn's going to be in this area of relationship for you until December 2020, so there is some level of permanency happening. So it's like whoever you're going to be with over the next few years, they might be somebody who you're going to be with for a long time, whether you're single or you're coupled up. If you're single, there might be a lot of it's not like the options are kind of limited, but potentially there's going to be one diamond in the rough out there for you. On April 4th, Mercury is retrograding. It makes more of a difficult angle to Mars, and this is probably, not so much of an ease of conversation in your career. Potentially just, getting your message across in your career is going to be a little bit tougher than you think it's going to be potentially on April 4th. Now, if that's not the case, potentially some of you might have some kind of attraction potentially, or vice versa. Maybe somebody's attracted to you in your career or somewhere in your professional life. So it could be one or the other. And this isn't the easiest situation to, why isn't there a green light with this? You know what I mean? So is there some sort of caveat? So, you should be able to connect with this person easily, but there might be some sort of, exterior circumstance or something else that's, not making the situation as easy as it should be. So you might see that right around April 4th. It's like someone's attracted to you, but they can't make the connection, or vice versa, or whatever. April 7th, Venus will aspect Saturn. And this is actually a good one. So this is really positive for your relationship situation. And, if you're coupled up, then this is a great day for you to, maybe you and your significant other can go out somewhere nice, wherever your favorite social place is, social venue, club, bar, social hotspot, wherever you want to go. this is a great day for that. Now, if you're single, this is somebody that you can connect with somewhere on social media potentially, or maybe you know this person from your friendships or somewhere online. And, Venus being in this area for you on April 7th, this is an aspecting to Saturn. Like I said, Saturn is something more long term. So, there might be, for you single cancers, there might be somebody who's attracted to you somewhere on social media or the digital world potentially, and this person is someone who you might be able to go the distance with. On April 11th, the sun will aspect Jupiter, and this one implies, once again, there's some sort of attraction going on, and potentially this person from your career. So some of you have an attraction for somebody in your professional life or vice versa, and maybe there is some way to make a connection here. You got Jupiter, which is in your area of romance, and Jupiter's retrograding right now. It won't move forward until July 10th, and it'll be in this area of romance for you until November of 2018. So there is something very positive happening. This would suggest that there is something positive happening regarding love in your life. Potentially it might be tied to somebody in your professional life. Now, if that's not the case, like if you're coupled up already and you're good with whoever's at home and there's nobody at work, potentially, this might be more about your ability to make adjustments, to utilize creative solutions to ongoing issues in your professional life. On April 15th, Mercury will turn direct. It's been retrograding since March 22nd. So this is a difficult one when Mercury is retrograding in this area. So this is like communication problems. Mercury retrograde is communication problems. So when Mercury retrogrades in this area, it tends to cause issues with communication in your professional life. So, potentially you might see some software not working right, phones, devices, double check your emails at work. There's just more of a difficulty of getting your message across clearly. You just kind of have to proceed cautiously with communication in your professional life while Mercury's retrograding. So it's been retrograding since March 22nd, but now it's going to move forward again on April 15th. So communication in your professional life should be easier following April 15th. Also on April 15th, you have the new moon, which is hitting in this area of your professional life. It's going to hit on April 15th, the 6 months that follow April 15th. Now, all of a sudden, new developments, like there might be new things happening around you in the office or in your professional life or in your career. Potentially not all of you, but a select few of you may be looking to take on a new role potentially, or maybe you are taking on a new role for a few of you. And for others of you, this might just be a whole new career endeavor altogether. So that's a pretty specific thing. I'm not saying that the new moon's going to hit on April 15th and then all of a sudden all these cancers are going to start doing a totally new career. No, I mean, yeah, that might be the case for a few of you, but for others of you in the 6 months that follow April 15th, you can expect a lot of new stuff happening in your existing career. In the 6 months that follow April 15th, on April 17th, here's a big one. Chiron is changing signs. It's the asteroid of our solar system that has to do with, Chiron is like, it points out where we start to make way too big of a deal out of something. It's like maybe something's really not that big of a deal, but you just start to make too big of a deal out of it. And Chiron's going to shift. On April 17th, Chiron's going to shift into your area of career. And then on July 5th, it's going to start to retrograde. And it's going to actually retrograde out of your area of career and back into the sector of the sky that precedes it. And it's going to be there it's going to actually retrograde back into that area on September 25th. And then it'll start to move forward in that area again on December 9th. And then eventually it'll move forward again into your area of career. So a lot of stop and go and move forward and backward. But eventually, Chiron's going to move into your area of career, and it's going to be there for a long time. And it's going to be there until April 14th, 2027. That is a long time. This is a whole new chapter regarding your career, Cancer, and regarding your professional life. So for some of you, it's time to turn the page professionally. And like I said, this influence does have to do with you making, or potentially somebody, if it's not you, then somebody in your professional arena making, a bigger deal out of things than they need to be. It's either you or somebody else or multiple people, but you can expect that in your career situation while Chiron's transiting this area of career. This is going to happen intermittently all the way up until April 14, 2027. And then there's going to be Saturn, which is going retrograde April 17th, and this is happening in a relationship area. So if you're in a relationship, revising your relationship. If you're in a relationship that you don't want anymore, R for retrograde, R for release that relationship. So, and this is going to happen from April 17th to September 6th. If you're single, potentially this is a holdup regarding a relationship that maybe somebody wants to be in a relationship with you and potentially to tell it up for some reason. On April 22nd, Pluto going retrograde in your area of relationship. So, potentially some more delays. I'm not saying you can't enter into a relationship while planets retrograding, but you may just have to work a little bit harder with the relationship if it does start while planets retrograding. April 29th, there's a full moon in your area of romance, love, and creativity. There could be developments regarding any of the aforementioned, but I think that's all I have for you this month, Cancer. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.